What's up, everybody? I am doing this the live early today. I've got some stuff. I'm tied up this evening at my normal time, but I wanted to go ahead and answer these. I have 6 questions, so I didn't want them to keep piling up. I wanted to go ahead and answer them. So apologize for it being the not 7 p.m. like usual, but if you have a question, comment it, and I will answer live. If not, if you see it later, comment it, and I will answer on the next one. I hope everybody's having a good night. All right, let's see here. Start trying to stick with my new thing of 1 minute or under answers if possible. Let's see, Rob. He says, I have a set of hand weights, a folding chair, and at this point I do not have liquid assets to invest further at the moment. Will this work to start, and where's the best place to find a program? Okay, Rob, I'm assuming by hand weights you mean dumbbells. I'm not sure, but I hope you mean dumbbells and not like shaker weights. But we'll see. I'm not sure what you mean by the folding chair. I'm assuming you mean to sit in and like be able to do exercises and such. Man, honestly, like anything is better than nothing to start. You know what I mean? So even if you didn't have the equipment you had, you could do a solid body weight routine. You know, what I would tell you to do is if you have these dumbbells, focus on the main movements, the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, which for you would be a floor press because you don't have a bench, and the overhead press. If the weights become too light, just go to body weight, or just go to really slowly doing those movements where it's tempo sets and you're having to stay under the tension for longer. The most important thing I would tell you to do is track your progress, right? So write down how much weight you did or how many reps you did or both, and then try to beat that the next time. All right, 59 seconds. Let's see here. Reginald, I see you here, man. What's up? He says, to get bigger, do I need to prioritize protein or carbs? All right, under a minute. Dude, okay, so honestly, both. I mean, if you had to choose one, like I would definitely protein. Like in order, you need to make sure you're having enough calories. That's number one, because it doesn't matter how much protein or carbs you're getting. If you're not in a caloric surplus, you're consuming more calories than you burn every day, or at least on average, you're not going to gain weight. But outside of that, protein is the most important thing to make sure your muscles recover well. And then carbs, I personally prefer a high carb, high protein diet when I'm trying to bulk up. The carbs are mostly important around the workout time, but you want to have a good bit of carbs in your system before the workout session. Get some in after the workout session. So I would say in order of priority, calories, then protein, then carbs out of what you've mentioned. But if you can, do all three. 56 seconds. Got it. All right, let's see. Reginald says, if my legs are still sore from Saturday, is it okay to do legs again Tuesday? So dude, honestly, like that, if you're still, let's see, Saturday to Tuesday, the answer is yes. Like that's enough time for your muscles generally to have recovered and be ready to do another set. If you're experiencing soreness, 3 days later, generally that means one of two things. You've just started like working out consistently, which correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe is the case for you. I think you've been on a good regimen for a while. If that's the case, I would check your protein, man. A lot of times people who experience soreness, for days and days are not getting enough protein for their bodies to recover well. I would say, what are you saying no about are you saying no about what I just said about not being on a regimen for a while? If that's not the case, then that could be what it is, and then once you get kind of like have been on that workout routine for a while, the soreness usually subsides. It's not that bad. But if you've been on it for a while, I would say mainly check your protein levels, man. I thought so. I thought you'd been at it for a while. Check your protein levels, but I would say just make sure. I would say check your protein levels if you've been at it for a while, which I know you have. If anybody's watching this and has not been consistent with their workouts for a while, just know that as you're consistent with it and keep a decent protein level, your muscles will get used to it and you won't be as sore. But then, unfortunately, some people are just more prone to soreness than others. I was just talking with somebody about this earlier. I thankfully don't get sore very much unless I do something really, really new, like a new stimulus to my body. and then I adapt to it pretty quickly. But yeah, man, unfortunately, some people are just more sore than others. Just know that you may not be able to move up in weight if you're still experiencing extreme soreness. I would even encourage you not to move up in weight if you're still experiencing extreme soreness, because you're more at risk for injury. All right, let's see here. Gary says, a good workout for stamina after COVID. Dude, okay, so first of all, realize that I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm not a doctor. I am a fitness coach. But what I would tell you is, first of all, follow the guidelines your doctor gives you. Secondly, it depends, like, how far after COVID? Like, are you still experiencing some symptoms? If that's the case, I'd encourage you to just do some walking or something. You need some activity, but don't be pushing yourself. If you're fully recovered from it and you're just trying to get back to the stamina that you had before COVID, then do what you were doing before COVID to get you to that stamina. You know what I mean? That's how I'd answer that. All right, let's see here. What's a good app or resource for suggested food weights? I've had trouble with this one for a while, says Daniel. Okay, dude. Daniel, I'm going to ask you to give me a little more clarity. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by suggested food weights. If you're talking about just getting the accurate weights of your food, a digital food scale is what I prefer. If you're talking about an app to tell you like how much your food should weigh, I would say you probably don't really need that, but if it's something you really want, I'll have to look into it. Let me know exactly what you mean there in the comments when you see this. I know you're not here live, but let me know in the comments when you see this, and I will give more clarity, because I'm not 100% sure what the question is. And then let's see, last one. Jonathan says, how can people who have fallen off the fitness wagon motivate themselves to get back on? Dude, that's a good question. I'm gonna actually say, hang on, let me time myself here. I'm going to challenge it by saying, I don't think people, unless you've been off the fitness wagon, as in you've lost all your progress, or you got to a point like where it's even worse than when you first started, that I guess can be considered falling off. But I like to tell people to think of their fitness journey like a train on a journey to its destination, right? The train is sometimes it's going to go full speed, sometimes it's going to have to go slow, sometimes it's going to have to stop, but none of that means that its journey, none of that means that it's back to the starting point. It just means it has to adjust speed at different places on the journey. And life and your fitness journey is that way. Like, life isn't clean. You run into all kind of things that make you adjust speed, things in life that happen. So don't view it as falling off the wagon. View it as just adjusting speed as life throws obstacles your way. You know what I mean? But that being said, if you are somebody who is completely fallen off, you're either back at your starting place or even worse, what I would encourage you to do is find something that is sustainable for you right now and then build on that. You know what I mean? Not don't ask yourself, what should I do? Don't ask yourself, what even can I do? But literally ask yourself, what will I do? What will I do every day? Because what you will do every day is where you're going to have success. And once you have that success, you can build on it. So if you can technically in your schedule go to the gym 6 times a week, but will you actually do that? If the answer is no, but you realize I will actually go to the gym 3 days a week, then plan to go to the gym 3 days a week. And then for some people, a 3-day split is all they need for their goals. Other people, if they want to add more, then you can add more later once you've already established that habit of 3. So that's how I'd approach it, man. First of all, don't feel like you've fallen off if you haven't. Second of all, find something that you will consistently do. All right, let's see here. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Thanks for jumping on. Dale, what's up, Miss Dale? Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to wrap this up. Reginald, I know you're here live. Let me know if those answered your questions or if you had any further ones. Everybody have a great Wednesday.